Hi there, this is Shraddha. Welcome back to my channel. A few days back, I have had the honor to talk to the phenomenal and amazing writer Casey McIntosh. We talked about his favorite novels, how he gets inspired to write his amazing stories, and even GOT. So if you're interested, watch this video up till the very end. And if you're new to my channel, do not forget to subscribe. Please continue watching.
Kenneth, I'm so happy to have you here. Thank you very much for doing this with me. I'm super honored. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. All right, so I've got a bunch of questions for you. Would you please answer them?
Sure.
Okay, so my first question, what has influenced you the most as a writer?
I would have to say my friends. My friends, they help me edit books quite frequently. They were very instrumental in me starting writing in the first place. They kind of gave me that push I needed to want to do it. So, yeah, good friends and great editors. That definitely pushed me towards wanting to be a writer the most.
That's interesting. All right. So do you like audiobooks, physical books, or ebooks better, and why?
There's honestly nothing like a tangible piece of a memory that you can hold in your hand. You know, a book, a physical copy of a book that you've been through 50 times and, you know, peeled back the pages, dog marked them. That has to be the best way. I read a lot of books on my phone now, just out of convenience, but always the physical copy.
All right. So what behind the scenes tidbit in your life would probably surprise your readers the most?
You know, I tend to write a lot of adventure-esque characters. I tend to write a lot of violent characters. I think it would surprise people to know that I'm kind of a hippie in real life. I'm very laid back. I'm very non-violent. And yet, for some reason, when I write, I have a lot of characters that do the exact opposite.
Okay, that even surprised me. All right. So what is the funniest typo you have ever written?
So this isn't a typo necessarily, but while my editors are going through the book, I'll tend to leave them funny little blips in there that have absolutely nothing to do with the story, just to mess with them. And so they'll come across, you know, like Canthorn was walking barrel of monkeys, and then you know they suddenly go like, wait, what? I love doing that to people. It's a lot of fun. Pranks in editing, that's where it's at.
So what is your favorite time to write and why?
I'm very much a nighttime owl kind of a person. I like to write between 8 and midnight, I would say the most. It's just a very peaceful time. You know, I like to spend my days with my family. I like to spend my days with my children. And at nighttime, when everyone's asleep and you have some time to kind of download and process everything that you've been through in the day, that's a really good time to write.
All right. So how do you think being a writer has helped you as a person?
Writing has helped me deal with anxiety, I would say, in a major way, and panic attacks. You know, I had a really, really nasty divorce at one point. And, you know, writing kind of helps me cope with that, cope with a lot of my issues. It's a little like I don't know if you're familiar with Jackson Pollock. He was a painter, American painter. He liked to splash paint all over the pages. You know, he did it to relieve stress. So he was just back and forth. And that's kind of the way I feel about writing. Writing is a really good outlet as a terms of therapy.
So if you didn't write, what would you do for work?
I'd probably be Batman, I would say first.
Okay. So what is your favorite word and why?
Savagery, I think. I like the word savagery. I don't know why. It's not necessarily anything to do with the meaning of the word. I feel like it rolls off the tongue, you know, savage. So I like that word.
So do you Google yourself?
Yes, I do Google myself. You know, writers, we work really hard to try to promote ourselves. We work really hard to try to promote our work. And so every once in a while, it feels like checking in to see if you're getting anywhere, I guess. You know, so yeah, I do Google myself from time to time.
So, what are your favorite novels?
I'm a fantasy writer, and I write a lot of fantasy. I write a lot of horror, and like any good fantasy writer, Lord of the Rings is a Bible. Game of Thrones, of course, is a major work that everyone loves, and I love. Wheel of Time, the Sword of Truth series, all of those very good classic books. Anything by Terry Pratchett. I love a good fantasy book, and I love Stephen King.
Please do finish before you.
Oh yeah, I was just saying, horror-wise, Dean Koontz, Stephen King, lots of horror novels are a lot of fun to read as well.
Oh, I actually wanted to watch Game of Thrones when I was in class 7, and then I realized it was not made for children, and I heard nothing of it. My mom was livid. All right. So, what book are you currently reading?
I am currently reading The Wise Man's Fear by Patrick Rothfuss. He's very popular for writing The Name of the Wind, the first in the King Killer Chronicle books. I love those. So I'm reading those right now.
All right. So if you had to describe yourself in 3 words, what would they be?
Weird, quirky, curious.
Why weird? You're not weird.
Well, you haven't read my book yet. So I write some very odd things, I probably seem very white bread, but I have lots of weird thoughts running around in my head. Otherwise I wouldn't want to be a writer, right? So, I think I'm weird, but we all judge each other differently, right?
All right. So lastly, any message you would like to give to your readers?
Absolutely. My first novel, The Silent Hand, which is the first book in the Veins of Power series, is coming out later this year, so please check it out. And if you have time, then I would absolutely recommend that you go to my website, which is realkcmac.com, and check out my free short stories. The very first of which, A Wizard's Fire, is right now the prelude to my first novel, and I'm very proud of it. So please go and read it.
I read a few of them. They were amazing. And actually, they did give me creeps. I can't even watch a horror movie alone. I get scared of horror comedy itself. So it was a huge chance for me to read them. Thank you for writing. Thank you
for reading it. Thank you for this, too. It has been a pleasure.
Thank you. It's my pleasure, too. Thanks a lot, Kenneth, for doing this with me. I'm truly honored, and I had a blast talking to you. Thank you.
Absolutely. Anytime.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for watching this video up till the very end. All the stories written by Kenneth are absolutely mind-blowing. Do not forget to read them. The link will be down below in the description box. Also, his book is coming out soon, so do not forget to grab it as soon as you can, because I promise you, you won't regret it. And in case you already haven't read his stories, I highly recommend them to you, and you have got no idea what you've been missing. He mainly writes in the horror genre, and I will be really frank, I'm not much into horror because they frankly give me creeps. So whenever I want a little bit of taste of horror, I end up reading instead of watching, because while watching I tend to scream, and well, that's kind of disturbing for the people around me, so I refrain from watching any sort of horror movies, and that's why I read horror books. All the people who are looking for a new change, who didn't want to step up or probably start reading the horror genre, should start reading his stories. They're super short. I won't say super short, but like they're short and they won't take very long time to read. You get engrossed in them and they are really captivating, so you won't regret reading them, and that's a promise. So do not forget to start reading them, and thank you very much for being here. I'll see you guys very soon. Till then, please keep watching my videos and start reading Kenneth's stories. Thank you.